Welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the market. These are the S&P 500 futures. I'm going to look at a few things here. We're going to look at the weekly chart, the daily chart, the trade of the day. We're also going to look at what I said to my members last night on the membership Discord server. So give me 1 second. I'll switch over to that. You can see what I said to them. All right, here we are on the Giddus server. And this is a channel that only I can post to called the Giddus Only Posts. Now the members can read it. They just can't really reply and do anything. They can put, they can have reactions, but they can't reply to it, right? This keeps this channel very clean whenever I want to deliver a clean message to the members, okay? So what did I say last night? This was yesterday or last night at 7:29. We'll call it 7:30 Texas time. All right, I got some data in and I said here, level 1 is all paying members. They pay $7.99 a month, okay? They're the only ones that get access to the entire server's paying members, okay? So level 1, I told them, very important late update here. Certainty rate, 45.10. All right, this is a rate that, I keep track of on a daily basis. And I said the market could go ballistic. It could invert, meaning it could go down instead of up, but more likely the market blasts off to 46.31 resistance. And I went on to say energy levels today are some of the highest I've ever seen. Huge. I can't say for sure it'll go up, but it will move huge. I'd play it long, but have risk management. It's supposed to be in, not and, have risk management in place. So that was my message, kind of a late message to the members last night, because this data kind of comes in late sometimes that I use to determine this rate right here. And with that in mind, remember I said I thought the market was going to go ballistic and blast off towards the 46.31 resistance. Now let's look at the charts. All right, so here we are on the weekly chart. And you can see for this week, we're at a range of 66.5. And this is the weekly candlestick. It's been moving up strongly here. We never got this July 16th cycle low, or the week of July 16th cycle low, just didn't happen. I mean, it could still happen this week, but based on the data that I saw, just not going to happen. As far as I think we can just say that this is never going to happen. This cycle low is not going to happen. So this bull run's been going on since March. It kind of paused right there, which is to be expected in the middle of a cycle like that, and then off to the races, and it's just been going to the moon ever since. Okay, do I think we can get up to 46.31? Yeah, I think it's possible we could get up there. We were pretty close to that today. Let's look at the daily chart. All right, so here is the daily chart. Again, these are the S&P 500 futures we're looking at, and you can ignore this little candlestick right here because that's futures that already opened up at 5 o'clock today. So they're already trading, but this is the candlestick of the day that just closed. And let's see, that range, I think it was around 49, yeah, call it 50, 49.75 on that candlestick, which is pretty decent, healthy candlestick considering how many small candlesticks we've been having lately. All right, and then there, we thought there'd be a July 18th, approximately July 18th cycle low. Today's the 19th. So like I said in the weekly, that just never happened. And what did we get up to today? 45.94 and a half. So here's the 46.31, this line right here. So, we're basically 31 plus 6. We're about 37-ish points away from hitting this resistance. Okay. So again, last night told my members, good chance the market's going to blast off. I don't think it's done yet. This is a little bit elevated here at 74. So we need to bear that in mind. It has gotten higher before over here, 83. This one was 69. So we're already, pretty high here, fairly elevated. Right, so we may get up to this 46.31. That is very doable. But I do think at some point, maybe it could happen this week. I think we're going to get into some consolidation rectangle here, and things are going to kind of begin to track sideways. I say that because we're kind of, well, it may not be right away. You know, let me just pull this down a little bit so we can get a little bit better view here of the cycles. So this little area here was the pause in the middle of this cycle. And I expect there to be a pause somewhere right around in here. So that's July 25th, which is about 6 calendar days away. So really late this week, maybe early next week, something like that, I think we're going to see a pause here in pricing. I think we're just going to kind of get into this rectangle over here for a little while, and things are going to pause. Now, once we get out of this consolidation area, which I think is going to happen, I think there could definitely be one more, you know, wherever it's at, maybe it pulls down just a little bit. I think it'll be one more kick high. May even get above this 46.31. We'll see. And then we'll see if it starts pulling back towards this, you know, middle, late August kind of time frame where these cycle lows are showing up. Okay. All right, let's look at the trade of the day. All right, normally we look at the 5-minute chart because, you know, there's almost always trades of the day there. But today I'm going to look at the 15-minute chart because there was an awesome trade of the day here. This happened at about 7:30 a.m. this morning, my time here in Texas, right here on this yellow triangle on the Giddus Plus indicator, my own logic in there. And it said pretty much that there's a likely trade coming up. And boy, was there. Now, given the fact that last night I said that the market had a really good chance of blasting off towards that 46.31 resistance, and this signal right here, you know, this was, I don't want to call it a no-brainer, but it was, you know, definitely a trade that was a little bit easier to make, but just because of all the data. So, you know, when this began to curl up right in this area, right, somewhere in there, maybe like one of these 3 candlesticks, take the trade. That's it. As soon as it began to curl up and get going, you can see the MACD just a little bit later close down, right? You could wait for that too if you really want to be super cautious once it crosses over, but you know, you'd be giving up quite a bit, especially these 2 initial candlesticks are really big, yeah. So I would have gone probably, you know, second or third candlestick in this area right here. As soon as the stochastic momentum index began to roll over like that, I probably would have nibbled on a small position, and as soon as the MACD crossed over, increased the position. See, guys, that's veteran trading. That's mature trading. Not all in. Yeah, we're playing Texas Hold'em poker. All in. No, this is not poker. This is not gambling. So you know, you start your position small down in here at one of these 2 candlesticks. Take a small position. If it starts to go up, you add to the position. You know, you never really want to outrun your account. Right? And what I mean by that is you don't want to take a position that's so big that if it goes against you, you know, it's going to smash your account. Right? Just take a small position here, ride it out, enjoy the ride, make a lot of money. If you want to add to the position as the market's going up, that's fine. Add to the position. Just don't let it get out of control and let your position sizes get so big that, you know, you run the risk of just decimating your account. You don't want to do that. All right. So anyway, this was a really good trade. There was another one right here that came in later, but this was really the trade of the day on the 15-minute chart. And from there, it was just off to the races. Little pause here around 11 a.m., which is very common, you know, lunchtime. And then it went off to the races again. And I think as soon as this dipped and went back up, the MACD being as strong as it was, you know, you're back in. You're getting right back in. I just closed the position up here on this red candlestick. Wait out the lunch hour fiasco nonsense, and as soon as it starts going up again, you get the crossover again in this area. MACD still looks really, really good. You just re-enter. Even if it's up in here, that's fine. You know, you pick up another 10 points up in here, and then you just get out up in here, and this thing starts going a little bit soft, right? You can see it beginning to go soft here, and just get out of the trade. Right? Even if you were late, like let's just say you were late, like you just weren't convinced, you know. Well, once the MACD crossed over here about 3 p.m., you know, you'd be giving some money back, but still you'd have made money for the day, yeah? Now, I don't recommend waiting for the MACD to cross over like that every time, because this will happen to be a very strong occurrence. Sometimes, especially with these really small range trading days we've been having, you don't really want to do that. You want to have a really sense for the market, look at the SMI, get out of those positions, even if it's a little bit early. As long as you already made some bank and book some profit, be happy, call it a day. All right, so back over here to the Discord server. This is the Get a Server. You can click the link in the top comment in the YouTube video. Okay, bring you to this server. Make sure you read that entire comment. By the way, there's a few things you may have to do to register as a member. And then once you get to this Get a Server here, click on Server Subscriptions. Okay, it's going to bring you to this page, $7.99. Okay. A serious bargain. I can't even begin to tell you how an extremely good value that is for everything that this service provides. Okay, and just briefly, one of the things we can talk about here is, we looked at the 15-minute chart, which by the way is a streaming chart to the members. The 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 1-hour charts get streamed live to the members 5 days a week. All right, and here was that 7:45 a.m. Alert we saw on the chart, the Get Us Plus alert, right? Well, guess what? It comes to the Discord server too, where all the services take place for the members. So they get alerted right here as well. So if they can't watch the streaming charts, they could have the Discord app on their mobile phone, mobile device. Okay, they might just come here and right-click on the label for this channel, click notification settings, click all messages, and they might have their phone on vibrate. They're busy, they're working, whatever they're doing. Gives it a little vibrate. You look at the phone, okay, there's a trade alert for the S&P 500. You might want to make a trade. All right. And of course, there's gold here. For those who want to trade gold, same thing. Alerts come in for that. Crude oil, top stock alerts, top 30 stocks for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. And then daily alerts would be more like for swing traders who just don't have time to be trading, looking at intraday stuff. Occasionally we'll get daily alerts. Today we did. All right, and premium symbols, I'll talk about that in just a moment here. Okay. For new members, welcome new members. Got some new members. That's great. Welcome aboard. A couple things I want to say to the members. First, read the rules. And here's the refund rules. There's the behave, be nice rules are in there. There's a disclaimer in there as well. Okay, so make sure you read the rules. Also, if you want to get the nightly emails, really, really important, put your email address in the emails only channel here. All right, I'll pick it up, and then every night you get an S&P 500 chart and a sentence or two or three about my opinion about what I think the market's going to do. Okay, so really important if you want those nightly emails, because sometimes, and plus the certainty rate, which I showed you all earlier, that also is almost always in every email. That's really, really important to understand. It's more than just the chart, right? All right, here is all of the services that take place for the members. All of it resides on the Discord server. The streaming charts actually happen right on the Discord server. There's a streaming channel there, and I stream the charts. You get the 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour, and daily. You can pause this video at any time. Just pause it and read it. I've kind of gone over this already just a little bit earlier, but there's the S&P 500 alerts, 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hours as well, and the dailies on here too. Okay, so those are channels that the alerts come into. Talked about the top 30 stocks, 5-minute, 15-minute, and 1 hour. A lot of activity in that channel. It's a busy channel. Top 30 stocks, S&P 500, NASDAQ. Those are really big stocks. But you know what? You just, if you want to trade, get to do due diligence, get in there, find out what symbols are doing their thing. Okay, that's just the way it is. Premium symbols. So we looked at the Get Us Plus, right? That was the Get Us Plus indicator. And we saw one at this morning at 7:45, right? Great trade of the day. Well, guess what? That exact same logic I use on the chart, I use it into each day to grab symbols for the futures, for stocks that are optionable, for industries, which is really sectors and subsectors, because we know the big funds rotate their money, right, in and out of sectors and subsectors. So that's why I do that. And then if there happens to be any symbols that look like they could be shorted, right, they're like in a condition or a position where it look like they're getting ready to be shortable, then there'll be a file. These are all files, 4 files that go into this premium symbols channel, okay? So I really encourage the members, make sure you look at the files. I know we're all busy doing our thing, but I look at the futures files every day, and sometimes I trade based on what's in those files, okay? I talked about the nightly emails, okay? And of course, the YouTube videos are for everybody, all right? All right, everybody, God bless you. Forgive one another, love one another out there. We really need that in today's world. Okay, happy trading, everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.